Okay, our dear beloveds, we are here to pass, to gather, to collect, to mourn the passing of Kati Koppler. She is now simply Kay. We have moved her out of her surrender experiment, and now she is on her Tawanda tour, which means that she will have more times to laugh, to play, and to explore rather than focusing solely on her survival. Her path has not been easy, nor will it be necessarily easier in the future, but it is now hers to create, hers to design, hers to formulate. Her mind is already running with all the wonderful opportunities that she could pursue because her bobbing in the ocean is over. She is now beginning to ascend, to fly, and to create a vision from a higher place in the heavens. When you are bobbing in the ocean, just hoping that a shark won't eat you, that a big wave won't overtake you, or that you will be stuck out there for the remainder of your life, it is hard to really build anything because you are, for the most part, in survival mode. But as you begin to trust that all is well, all is well, all is well, you then begin to move to higher ground. And in this instance, it is that she is beginning to float. She has let go of the sand ballast bags that were keeping her tied down. Her cork is no longer waterlogged. It is beginning to dry out. And she is putting some helium in her balloon to begin her ascent. And helium is something that makes you sound like a chipmunk, so it is filled with lightness and laughter. Yes, it does minimize the airflow or oxygen flow to your brain, but sometimes that, believe it or not, is also a good thing because it makes you perform or function at a higher level. Now, we do not mean by using helium to minimize the oxygen, but more from a deep breathing technique, which is designed to express and impress your lungs with oxygen at a particular rate. It is something we wish for her to explore in greater detail now. So she is back home, in her home, feeling and realizing what a burden belongings can be, that there was greater joy and lightness in simply living out of a tent and a car, and how she wishes to simplify her life as much as she can so she can get back into this headspace. However, she is very appreciative and thankful for the many assets that she got in her divorce, as this is her treasure chest, her hope chest, the beginning of what many women have when they get married. This is what she will use to begin her new life. And it should more than sustain her, but also, if she's prudent and thoughtful and inquisitive and inspirational and playful, it should develop nicely into a wonderful nest egg for her future. And she is no longer looking for a partner because she has realized that men at this time are not worth the effort in a romantic manner. It is distracting from her own efforts and endeavors, and she still sets aside her own time to make time for others, to be kind, to be loving, to give of self. And right now in this phase, she's not so interested in doing that because watching others with poor coping mechanisms while she holds their hands is something that distracts from her own ascent right now. So for the time being, the barn doors are closed. The horses can stay wherever they are, and she will no longer save any by riding a cowboy. It is not worth the time nor the effort, as she is now to focus solely on herself, and only herself, because that is where her effort and intention and perspective should have been in her youth, but It wasn't. And so now we are bringing her back to her own points of curiosity, what makes her giggle and sigh and smile. And it has nothing to do with anyone else. It's just simply what her own inner compass is guided towards. And it is time. Today is the first day of the second year of her being set free from her past. And she knows it, and she knows what a gift it is to no longer be stuck in the energy of what once was. You all are moving into a new vibration, and she wishes to be a way shower, which means that she must act with more courage and definition and solidarity and bushwhacking and learning to live simply, leaving a smaller footprint than ever before. It is how you save the world, by simply minimizing what you consume, what you buy, what you think you need, what you believe that you are entitled to because you're rich, you're wealthy, you're whatever. When you live in a tent for over 3 weeks and really truly enjoy it, you see what life is all about. And it is getting up every day and doing what makes you happy and not tending to that which you own. Maintaining it, paying for it, reestablishing it. All of that is designed to keep you focused on materialism and not spiritualism. And you guys have been bought and paid for. So, now what? How do we all move forward? Well, our another will find her own unique path, and will share it as she figures out what she is interested in, hopefully inspiring a few of you as well to follow your own points of inspiration. But you will find as time passes that what you thought you needed in order to feel happy, content, safe, secure, manifesting greatness, it was all an illusion to keep you tied up in the materialism and living simply and humbly and honorably like the indigenous did. That is what you are being called back to. But how do you get there without losing self? You will lose all of these additional barnacles that have attached to your body as you are pulled through the eye of the needle. And then you will feel how light and weightless you really are without all of this attached to you that you thought was you, but never was. It was all an illusion and still is for many of you. But we will get you there. It's not a simple process, but we are making progress every single day at healing so many of you. And as many of you heal, it lightens the load for the rest of you, because much of the past trauma has already been released by the efforts and the pain and the mustering through of others. You are all one. And as one of you heals, all of you heals. That's all that you need to know today. And as our another heals, so do you. And so it is. Namaste.